I want you to know that I am not voting for Trump anymore.
Well, bye.
What's up, guys? Your boy Benny. There's something called the purity paradox in politics, and it's not just a tongue twister, it's actually a real moral twister for people who are voting in any democracy. Because you wish to always cast your vote for somebody who believes with you 100% of the time, who shares your value system and your moral code, and who you can count on 100% of the time to vote same way you would, right? But that doesn't exist because we are all complicated human beings, and there's really no such thing as a politician that you agree with 100% of the time, who will 100% do what you want them to do. Because, well, you're a unique human and they're unique humans, and you're never going to have full alignment there. We're complicated creatures. The best that you can do is vote for the lesser of two evils in most elections, quite frankly. And if you follow the channel, you know that we're not huge fans of the Republican Party, to be quite honest with you. Republicans let us down a lot and stab us in the back. At least Democrats stab us in the front. But hey, you know what? Like, we side as America first. We side as freedom-loving people who want to live in a republic. We side with the Republican Party more than we do the Democrat Party. And so we find ourselves voting Republican. Yet, there can be real issues when you decide to vote for like third-party candidates or to write in people, is that you end up really not just damaging yourself a little bit, okay, because you want this purest candidate that doesn't actually exist, right? You end up damaging yourself a lot because you might get instead of getting your purest candidate, you may get somebody who's 100% against you. Instead of getting somebody who's like maybe 20% against you, you'll get somebody who's 90% against you. You see how that works? This is a perfect meme, as ever. The memes tell the true story of how this actually happens. Okay, so libertarian in a Gadsden flag shirt. Today I'll vote for a third party. Vote. Democrat. 79,999 and 1. Winner, Democrat, no guns. It's like, it is exactly what just happened on the internet with Kyle Rittenhouse. This is going to be a tough one, and I have a feeling the comment section is going to be going crazy for this one. So let me just start by saying I met Kyle Rittenhouse. He's been nice to me. He's been nice to a bunch of people that I know. He's somebody who I think is really young and really immature. And this is a moment of extreme immaturity where stupidity and bad forces on the kid are going to really shine through. Kyle Rittenhouse, of course, I'm glad he's a free man. And we were deep and abiding defenders of Kyle Rittenhouse when he was being unjustly persecuted in that Wisconsin courthouse. I'm glad he's a free man. However, Kyle Rittenhouse was free to read a statement saying he's not going to vote for Trump, which is crazy because it's only Donald Trump and his supporters and the America First movement that like stood in the gap for Kyle Rittenhouse. The only reason Kyle Rittenhouse isn't serving like the rest of his life in prison, quite frankly, is because generally like Donald Trump's supporters and constitutionalists. Kyle Rittenhouse says he's not going to vote for Trump because Trump's not good enough on the guns.
Hi, I'm Kyle Rittenhouse, Outreach Director for Texas Gun Rights. A lot of people are upset that I said I'm going to be writing in Ron Paul for President of the United States. And that is true. I will be writing in Ron Paul. Unfortunately, Donald Trump had bad advisors making him bad on the Second Amendment, and that is my issue. If you cannot be completely uncompromisable on the Second Amendment, I will not vote for you, and I will write somebody else in. We need champions for the Second Amendment, or our rights will be eaten away and eroded each day. I support my decision, and I have no takebacks.
Well. So many people are extremely disappointed and angry at Kyle Rittenhouse, mainly because we defended Kyle Rittenhouse when the orcs and the mob was coming to destroy this kid's life. And they did a damn good job, even without getting a court ruling that would have landed the kid in prison for the rest of his life. Kyle Rittenhouse has been funded and defended, promoted by President Trump and by his supporters. And now headlines like this crisscrossed the entire internet. Kyle Rittenhouse says he will not vote for Trump. Kyle wanted to know if he could come on over. Trump reveals he met fan Rittenhouse at Mar-a-Lago. Slams woke district attorney for going after him. Kyle Rittenhouse had met Donald Trump many times and expressed a lot of gratitude for President Trump. That's not self-defense. I don't know what is. Trump promoted Rittenhouse and defended Rittenhouse as innocent. And the Wisconsin jury finds that he did not commit any homicides or reckless endangerment in fatal shooting. So this was a obviously devastating moment where a lot of people were really scared that the kid would, the kid would go to prison for the rest of his life. And now Kyle Rittenhouse, after fundraising at Mar-a-Lago, meeting Donald Trump, getting into the circles, right, of the people who defended him, and now turns on them and backstabs them because they're not pure enough. Got to tell you, not a big fan of this. A lot of people are pointing out that this weird dude, this guy named Dudley Brown, leader of national gun rights, is like an anti-Trump guy, and might have like gotten into Kyle Rittenhouse's head. This is what I'll say. Kyle's major crime here is that he's really young, and I think that he's manipulatable. And that's what this looks like. I'm not trying to apologize for Kyle Rittenhouse. He's clearly an adult, and he decided to do this. Kyle Rittenhouse then decided to double down on it. There aren't many people in the world that I get excited to meet, but Ron Paul it is an incredible pleasure. Still writing in Ron Paul, says Kyle Rittenhouse. Now, this caused, as you can imagine, a lot of backlash on the internet. Okay? No compromise means no compromise, says Kyle Rittenhouse. This has nearly 5,000 responses, and people are really going at Kyle in the comments. Stupid means stupid. You're a clown. Grow up. Maybe learn to be a man. I stand with Kyle. Respectfully, Kyle, can you explain what changed? If Harris wins, the Second Amendment is finished. Right? Yeah, remember the meme. Right? The left's most useful idiots. I will vote a third party. No guns. Oh no. Why is this happening to me? A lot of people disavowing Kyle Rittenhouse. Oh well, Kyle, I regret to inform you that I will no longer be one of your guests on September 12th at the Texas GR event. I reckon you can write in someone else. This is not the way, bud, says Chad Prather. Uh-oh. So people are canceling events on Kyle Rittenhouse. Kyle Rittenhouse took the support of MAGA and Donald Trump, but is now completely turning on him to write in a candidate after all the movement did for him, absolutely disgusted with this kid. Rittenhouse didn't have to do this. He knew it would be unpopular. Rittenhouse stood up to the communists in Kenosha at great personal risk. He's standing up to the gun grabbers running for president. Kyle Rittenhouse is a hero, says the Libertarian Party. Dear Kyle Rittenhouse, how effing dare you turn against President Trump? Trump thought you were a really nice young man. Nice young men don't betray their friends. He stood with you when the world was against you. Where the F do you get off going public like this now? You could have just voted how you wanted without making it public. Don't come crawling back to Trump when he wins either. Go F yourself. Republicans with Kyle Rittenhouse. I don't want to play with you anymore. Yeah, I mean, the reaction to Kyle Rittenhouse right now is psychotic. A lot of people, this is the Rorschach blot test of the internet, right? My heart breaks, it really does. Dear Kyle Rittenhouse, you have been selected to be exposed. Why would you compromise on this man in this pivotal time? People like Kyle Rittenhouse, why Democrats remain in power? These idiots stand by their principles, vote third party, then they carry around their AR-15s to protect their home, get shot at, and wonder what happened to their country. Then vote third party again. It is a paradox, man. I got to tell you. Cat turd going in. I've never in my life, following politics in 40 years, seen a bigger betrayal than Kyle Rittenhouse. The left was trying to put him in prison for life. MAGA came to the rescue. So did Trump. Every dime for his great defense lawyers and every dime in his bank account is because of MAGA. We promoted him, financed him, prayed for him, and on and on. That arrogant video he made is a slap in the face to everybody who carried a delusional, egotistical, out-of-touch video of my life. I blocked, backstabbing, ungrateful punk. Again, I've never seen a betrayal of this magnitude, says Cat Turd. Pretty devastating. So Cat Turd's not the only one. Kyle Rittenhouse, if you were to track this on Social Blade here, has lost close to 50,000 followers today on his X account. So I got to tell you, I'm with Seth Dillon on this. I'm trying not to be part of a pile-on for the kid. But I really understand people being very, very angry. I really deeply understand Cat Turd. I'm saying Kyle Rittenhouse is young and dumb and stupid. That's what I think. And he manipulatable. And if, like, Kyle Rittenhouse wanted to go vote for whoever he wanted to, do it. Totally. But, like, making a video just to stick people in the eye, like, doesn't make any sense to me. Dude, bro, just don't, you don't have to do that. Like, all of your who you vote for should and will always be private. That's why they have those little privacy boxes. And no one will ever be able to find that out. So it's kind of like up to you. Also, you clearly have a line into the White House, like into Trump's orbit. Just go, if you have a concern, why don't you go take it up with them privately? I have learned, it's just old man wisdom here, from doing what I've done for a long time. Pick up the phone, dude. Call someone. Pick up the phone. You're a pretty big name, right? So pick up the phone. If you're really concerned about something with President Trump, call. Handle things as best you possibly can. It's also a Christian thing to do. Handle things privately. Handle your concerns privately. Take care of your affairs privately. And then you won't bring any trouble you'll bring less trouble upon yourself. It's what we always try and do, man. It's what we always try and do. I hate flame wars. This is Kyle Rittenhouse's own Instagram. Praising Trump. Trump was right. Trump was there. Trump suggested my actions were self-defense. So it's a crazy thing to do, right? Now, this is the organization that Kyle Rittenhouse works for. He's an employee of this organization. And today they decided to endorse Donald Trump for president, saying Donald Trump's the only candidate for president in 2024, which is wild and crazy move there. Texas Gun Rights releases a statement endorsing President Trump after their employee Kyle Rittenhouse disavows Trump and is writing in Ron Paul. So, I guess the point is that everyone has a pressure point, right? So, employee of this organization endorses Trump. Kyle Rittenhouse loses 50,000 followers. Maybe he's on track to lose more. I don't know. I'm not hoping that something. I'm not. I don't know how to say this. I've already explained. I just think that Kyle Rittenhouse was manipulated and did a dumb thing. That's what I think. And he's young. And I remember being that age. How old is Kyle Rittenhouse? 20? 21? Yeah. I remember being that age. Do you remember being that age? You're so stupid at that age. You're just dumb. Kyle Rittenhouse. Looking kind of ridiculous now, as Kyle Rittenhouse writes. Over the past 12 hours, I've had a series of productive conversations with members of the Trump team, and I'm confident that there will be a strong ally of gun owners in the Second Amendment. My comments made last night were ill-informed and unproductive. I'm 100% behind Donald Trump and encourage every gun owner to join me in helping send him back to the White House. Bro, you could have just picked up the phone and called Trump in the first place. Instead, somebody tricked your ass into making this video and heaping on all this public absurdity onto yourself. You don't need that smoke. Handle stuff privately. That's the takeaway. Also, it's always wise to take a night off, right? If I'm really, really angry about something, I do my very best to try and take a night off. And guess what? A lot of things resolve in the morning, right? So, Kyle Rittenhouse, good lessons to learn. Sad you have to learn them in the public arena like this, but it's always best to handle things privately if you can, and also take a deep breath, right? The world carries on, and oftentimes you have clearer insights in the morning, right? Yeah. Take 12 hours. Breathe, get some exercise, and don't do anything rash. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think Kyle does know what I mean. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. See ya.